Good evening. Welcome to Thai PBS English News Service. Tonight you're with me, Rungtip Chotnapalai, as hundreds of thousands of royalists are expected to gather at the Ananta Samakom throne hall to greet His Majesty the King this Wednesday morning as part of His Majesty's 85th birthday celebrations. Police are preparing some 2,500 officers to help manage the crowd. Meanwhile, the Prime Minister led the government, the armed forces and bureaucrats in pledging allegiance to His Majesty. As we approach His Majesty the King's birthday and Thailand's Father's Day on December the 5th, Thais across the nation are preparing to celebrate. Prime Minister Yingluck Shinawatra, top brass from the armed forces and high-ranking government officials have all pledged allegiance to the monarchy and wished the King happy birthday. The PM's oath given today was that she and her staff would work honestly for the benefit of the nation. Meanwhile, the Metropolitan Police will be closing down 5 roads in central Bangkok and make it easier for the crowds, expected to number in the hundreds of thousands, to flood Rashdamnern Avenue near the King Rama V's monument for the glimpse of their beloved king. The roads to be closed from late Tuesday night will include Utong Nai, Kung Kasem, and some parts of Rashdamnern Avenue, Sri Ayutthaya and Pisnulok roads. 2,500 police officers will be deployed to make sure the crowd stay in order. Many spectators are expected to camp out tomorrow night. On Wednesday night, Thais across the country will light a candle to wish the king good health and prosperity. This afternoon, the Administrative Court rejected the Ombudsman's petition to halt 3G licensing process. However, the chairman of the Thailand Development Research Institute, or TDRI, points that it is rather difficult for society to investigate the duties and implementation methods of the National Broadcasting and Telecommunications Commissions, or NBTC. The Administrative Court had rejected the Ombudsman's petition to reconsider 3G licensing by a vote of 4-2. The judges pointed out that the Ombudsman had no right to file a petition against NBTC since it was not directly affected by the 3G auction. Chalerm Sak Janthon Tim, Permanent Secretary to the Ombudsman, however, said that this has to be studied further as to whether this case should be taken to the Supreme Administrative Court. Tomorrow, the NBTC will hold an urgent meeting to consider issuing 3G licenses to the 3 spectrum auction winners by December 20th. As previously planned, the Commission will also ask the 3 winners for their plans to reduce 3G costs for consumers. Meanwhile, Bunyin Siritham of Confederation of Consumer Organizations in Thailand stated that the NBTC should have a clear action plan regarding the price of 3G services before issuing the licenses to private companies and must ensure representatives of consumers take part in the process. However, Somkiat Tangkit Banit, the chairman of the Thailand Development Research Institute, or TDRI, pointed out that from now on it will be difficult for society to investigate the duties and implementation methodology of the NBTC, and that the NBTC should be more careful about ensuring transparency in any future auctions. He requested the Office of the National Anti-Corruption Commission, or NACC, to further investigate the committee involved with this 3G auction. After the government was grilled in the censor debate last week about alleged corruption in the rice pledging scheme, the Ministry of Commerce has set up an ad hoc committee to investigate all G2G rice deals entered into over the last 3 years since the opposite government. If irregularities are found, the ministry will submit the evidence to the Department of Special Investigation, or DSI.
The Democrat Party reviewed evidence of alleged G2G rice deal corruption in the recent censure debate in Parliament. Bunsong Teriya Pirom, the Commerce Minister, says that an ad hoc committee has been appointed to investigate the alleged G2G rice deal graft. The probe is expected to last no more than 15 days. Meanwhile, the investigation of the rice deal will include all the contracts entered into over the last 3 years, back to when Apisit was the Prime Minister. If graft is found, the investigators will submit evidence to the DSI for further investigation. Shukiat Opatwong, the honorary president of Thai Rice Exporters Association, said that Appointing an ad hoc investigation committee shows the government's determination to tackle the issue, but, most importantly, it must be followed up if anything is discovered. He thinks that the investigation may just be a political ploy.
Last night there was a fire at Bantasu School in Panare district of Pattani province. The blaze damaged 2 classrooms. Police are investigating whether the fire an act of arson or not. Meanwhile, more than 300 schools in Pattani province reopened today amid tight security. Police officers, soldiers and territorial defense volunteers in Pattani province provided heavy security for students and teachers at more than 300 schools in Pattani province as they returned to school today. Last week, 332 Pattani schools were closed after the Confederation of Teachers in southern border provinces decided that they could not rely on the police security measures. Additionally, the Confederation asked the assurance from the authorities regarding the safety and welfare benefits of teachers. Police General Adun Sang Singkel, Commander-in-Chief of the Royal Thai Police, said the overall situation today was normal, primarily due to additional security measures being put in place. Regarding the general unrest in the south, he claimed that the number of terrorists is decreasing since the locals cooperate well with the government security officials. The security authorities have been instructed to be especially vigilant over the New Year's holiday period. However, last night a fire at Bantasu School in Pattani province broke out at about 2 a.m. 2 classrooms were damaged. Authorities are in the process of investigating the incident. Today, the criminal court sentenced red shirt leader Arisaman Pongruengrong to 1 year's imprisonment for labeling Democrat leader and former Prime Minister Abhisit Vechachiwa.
Arisaman Pongruengrong, leader of the United Front for Democracy Against Dictatorship or UDD, attended court for the hearing today. The court ruled that Arisaman's public statements on October the 11th and the 17th, 2009 referred to His Majesty the King in an inappropriate manner. In separate addresses to demonstrators at the Victory Monument and at Government House, the UDD later accused the Abhisit government with dishonesty in spending loans and various other corrupt acts. The court said Arisaman had the right to criticize a public figure like the Prime Minister, but that the court could not find evidence to substantiate his statements. The court then sentenced him to 1 year in jail or 6 months for each of the offense and ordered him to publish the court's verdict in 2 Thai daily newspapers, Thai Rat and Matichon, for 7 consecutive days.
Earlier, I spoke with Nopadon Tansararak, Chief Executive Officer of the Master Ad Public Company Limited, or MACO, who received the Best CEO Award for a MAI-listed company, who stated that good businessman has to always challenge himself and think out of the box.
Till now, we still have some problem about the infrastructure. So the government have to develop a lot of project. Most of the project is the opportunity for OHM. So I think we can find a lot of good location in the future.
Right. But then how do you choose when it comes to the best location for the out-of-home media?
Usually the good location or prime location we consider by traffic volume. So most of the people passing by is good location. The rest is the angle.
Right.
So we have to use our experience, our expertise to select which angle that we supposed to install our medium.
Right. But you were saying like sometimes the best location is maybe not the best for others.
That one we consider by something that we call feng shui. Bad feng shui is a good feng shui for us. Like a curve, intersection, flyover, something like that. That one is good for our business.
Right. What is your vision for the OHM in Thailand towards the ASEAN in 2015?
Till now, we have to develop infrastructure. That is our opportunity. And when we're talking about AEC, the rest for 9 countries, I can say that right now our OHM is more developing and more advanced when we compare with another 9 countries.
Really?
So when we move to the list, 9 countries,
right,
it's a lot of opportunity.
Do you plan to expand your business to other ASEAN countries?
We plan to, but it's not necessary because it's quite important to select the local partner also. So we have to be aware about this.
So what is the key of success of your business?
Location, location, and location.
Japanese Prime Minister Yoshihiko Noda said today that Japan was working closely with the US, South Korea, China and Russia in urging North Korea to refrain from its planned rocket launch later this month. Speaking to reporters in Tokyo, Noda added that government will improve its means of updating the public on emergency information in the event that North Korea goes ahead with its plan. Here's more from Hugh Adam.
Officials came under heavy criticism for poor communication and lack of information when North Korea attempted to launch in April. Despite having information on the rocket's launch, the Japanese government did not disclose the information immediately, while the national J-Alert emergency warning system intended to alert the public of possible dangers was not activated.
それからアメリカ、韓国、中国、ロシアと関係国とよく協議連携をしながら
Yoshihiko Noda, the Japanese Prime Minister, said that the lessons learnt were that in addition to issues with J-Alert, there were issues as to the appropriate timing, whether information was given soon enough to the public, and issues of content. He added that he hoped to be fully prepared in these areas. Meanwhile, earlier today, the country's defence minister began deploying missile receptors on the southern Japanese islands of Okinawa. The Maritime Self-Defense Force's transport ship Kunisaki left the port of Hiroshima at 7 a.m. local time, carrying Patriot advanced capability missile interceptors. A Defence Ministry press official said the ship was headed to Okinawa, which is near the area of the rocket's trajectory, but did not specify which bases the interceptors will be installed at, nor how many were being transported. They were also positioned in the metropolitan Tokyo area. Japan is expected to convene a Security Council meeting on Friday to issue a shoot-down order in case the North Korean rocket or its fragments threaten to hit Japanese territory. North Korea says the rocket will be mounted with a polar orbiting Earth observation satellite. The launch is set for between the 10th and 22nd of December. Hugh Adams, Thai PBS.
Thai Party members have submitted a petition to the Department of Special Investigation, or the DSI, to seek a probe into the construction of the Bangkok Futsal Arena by the Bangkok Metropolitan Administration. Jirayu Hongsap, a deputy spokesperson for the Thai Party, has submitted a petition to the DSI regarding the bidding for the contract to construct the Bangkok Futsal Arena issued by the Bangkok Metropolitan Administration. The competitioners believe that the tender process may not have been free and fair because the winning bidder for the nearly 1.4 billion baht project was only a small company. The Bangkok governor previously confirmed that the construction of the Futsal Arena would be completed within 10 months. However, it failed to meet the FIFA's required standard and the deadline was not met. The DSI said it will take about 1 month to investigate the construction of the arena, and if any irregularities are found, they will be reported to the courts immediately. And that wraps up tonight's editions of Thai PBS English News Service. Thank you for watching. Have a good night. Sawadee ka.